My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Bazaar. It's back to Mac. We gotta continue learning. We gotta continue growing. We must continue the hunt for the cure to death. Choose a gold tier skill or an enchanted item or money to start with. I've been messing around with each of these options a little bit. I've probably... I mean, I don't have statistics on it. I feel like I've been most impressed by going with the enchanted item, but the thing is, it's very high roll, low roll. Like, you might say, Mac doesn't care about getting enchanted items early.
But I was a foolish youth.
I'll allow him to finish speaking. Apologies for interrupting you, buddy. You might say that Mac doesn't care about getting enchanted items early, courtesy of the fact that he can get enchanted items early already by transforming certain reagents. I would say that, but he also cares more about enchanting, because you can literally just choose the best enchantment and then transmute the item that you get until it transmutes into usually a potion, if you're using the Mandala effect, possibly something else that carries the same enchantment. And there are enchantments that are offered here that aren't offered by the transmuting reagent system. So specifically, like, Heavy is available through Mothmeal. Turbo is not available. Shiny is not available. Icy is not available. Radiant is not available, although, God forbid you're planning on picking Radiant at the very first one. Or Gold Tier skill, which, you know. It basically just makes one item a very good item, typically. Alright, let's go Enchanted. Oh my good giddy god. Fire Letter Embiter, 10 damage. This loses 25% crit chance for the fight, and then burn equal to 10% this item's damage, 100% crit chance. There's also the Radiant Smelling Salts. Every 7 seconds, slow an item for 1 second when you slow. Haste the item to the left of this 1 second. This cannot be frozen, slow to destroy. And then we have the one I'm going to be taking, the Shiny Incense. Oh. Every 6 seconds, slow an item 1 second. Gain 1 regen for the fight. This has 1 multicast. Yeah, this is insane. Especially because the upgrades for Incense come with an additional item being slowed. So this is an insane amount of triggers. We can really do stuff here. Obviously, we would love to get Smelling Salts as well. Getting items is important, but getting some regen to start with really helps with Mac surviving enemy combats, which can otherwise be quite difficult for him. With Shiny Incense, I'm pretty sure I beat Viper. Do I want to fight Viper, though? I think so. So 3 poison on me, 5 regen. They'll be able to add an additional poison consistently here, which is going to be annoying, but thankfully I can get 2 regen every 6 seconds. They're only adding 2 poison every 3 seconds. Sorry, 2 poison every 6 seconds, so it'll equal out, we'll be fine. Of course, this math would not have worked so kindly for us were it the case that we did not take that 5 regen. Perfect.
Not all my subjects survive my experiments.
The one I care about most, I think, here is Lash Out at the start of each fight. Poison 3, just because it's an at start of fight trigger. Nice. We did get the skill, Lash Out. It's not going to like be especially powerful right now, but at start of fight, Poison 3 gives me the ability to chain onto that the first time you poison the enemy, freeze them, and then chain onto that the first time you freeze, haste 2 items, and then suddenly at battle start, a bunch of things happen, and we're immediately on board. Keen is selling non-weapon items, which admittedly are the subset I'm most interested in right now. Anything that interacts with our slow, anything that interacts with our regeneration, anything that... I mean, Smelling Salts is certainly the best thing that we'd be looking for. The Jungle Ruins comes with the ability to get a Silver Tier reagent, which actually I really like. I really like having access to a Silver Tier reagent, especially because you can get Nightshade this early on, When you heal or regen, this gains plus 4 damage for the fight. It sells for 4, so it's a good economic play if you only care about it in that way. But also, if this is transformed, it'll enchant with the Toxic, and every time the Shiny Incense goes off, it's going to give 2 charges of regen, giving plus 8 to the Nightshade. So that's all of our offense already handled. Lost Crate or Curio. So I usually wouldn't do this, but I am going to go to Curio here. Specifically because getting an additional second of slow on Shiny Incense this early would be amazing. Getting Proboscis would be pretty good too. Getting a knee brace? I honestly think I could put a knee brace on this board and probably still win, depending on who the enemy is. Obviously, if it's a Vanessa and she shoots my face off, it's not going to matter, but, you know, you do what you can. All right, Curio.
Landfill. I see buried treasure.
We did get our Proboscis. When you slow, deal 4 damage.
Now that's a bargain.
I don't want to buy and sell a Runex to get 1 more damage on that. This is a reroll. Oh, hell yes. Okay, we did get the Improvised Bludgeon for the additional second of slow. Very important.
Doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
We also got Rocket Boots. When you sell this, your leftmost haste item gains an additional second of haste, especially useful if our haste item turns out to be like an energy potion or something from a different character. There's also Knee Brace. After you find a player with this in play, permanently gain 100 max health. I'm going to buy and sell the Blue Nanas before I do that, though.
Waiting for you.
Because it comes with 20 max health, and that's
Trash
a good
tragedy.
number.
Reuse everything.
I do think that Proboscis doesn't really change anything about the upcoming combat, so I'm going to pop the Knee Brace on board. It says, after you fight a player with this in play, permanently gain 100 max health. No matter which character you are, you're still gaining max health with it, so isn't that wild? Fry Singer. Oh, I know what's about to happen to my face, though.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble.
Okay, only 1 weapon. Okay, it is a it's a pretty weapon. That said, with my regen, I think I'm coming over the top of that. Oh, hell yeah, we're gonna win this one. Rifle, when you use this, reload 1 ammo if it's your only weapon with a cooldown. You've also got a shielded silencer, giving you some shield, as well as lowering its cooldown, giving it additional damage. And then finally a seaweed, which is gaining additional heal every time you use an aquatic item. Your only aquatic item being seaweed.
More plunder.
Nice. Absolutely incredible. Extra 100 max HP for me. Love to see it. Do I have a friend? Oh, I don't have a friend. All right. Sadly, we're not going to be able to get any additional value out of the Tiny Furry Monster. I guess I'm going to go to Curio. I'm not going to reroll here. It costs me 4 to reroll in Curio. But if you offer me the upgrade to Knee Brace, if you offer me the ability to get more slow on the Shiny Instance, or actually the Rocket Boots don't upgrade to give additional seconds of haste anymore, those are the only 2 things I care about. You have to show me them in the first shop. Best of luck, Curio.
Howdy, hero.
It says, by the way, this is a bug, actually. Rocket Boots upgrade. I can say, I'm certain on this, by the way. Rocket Boot upgrade says it gives +2 haste, but doesn't. Yeah. If I upgraded this, it would still say when you sell, your leftmost haste item gains 1 additional second to its haste duration. They patched this a while ago. It used to scale up like this, but they haven't updated the tooltip, it looks like. Like, I could get 2 seconds of haste on something, but I would have to sell this and then buy the other one and then sell it. And I don't really see any targets for that. Sure, Shadowed Cloak is here when you use an item to the left of this. Sorry, the right of this. Haste of 1 second if it's a weapon. It gains 3 damage for the fight, but that's not really the direction I'm going right here. I could take Icicle to field instead of the Knee Brace. Oh, you know, I could also just upgrade the Rocket Boots and literally run them. Oh, I honestly had not considered the possibility of actually just running it, but this will also prove my point, by the way. we can see that it doesn't give the 2 seconds additional haste duration as it said that it would. That's fine. This is very much a competitive. I would love to get a bronze tier upgrade. 2 bronze tier upgrades actually would strike my fancy, but 1 bronze tier upgrade first for shiny incense because it'll slow 2 additional items for 2 seconds. Oh my god.
Being an elder is just one perspective. Youth has its own wisdom.
Left eye, your leftmost item has 8% crit chance. Final dose, your rightmost poison item has +2 poison or final flame. I'm just going to take final dose.
That up quickly. Maybe I'm getting better at this.
Andy sells small items. Cache of Riches for 3 gold. If I could re-roll Andy and still be able to purchase something for 2 gold, I would go there. But because I can't, well, without selling both the Proboscis and Kneeblade, which I really don't want to, I'm actually going to take the opportunity to get even more regen to start with, because our build certainly isn't fast. However, if we can survive long enough, our build is incredible. Really powerful. Now, I could have put the Proboscis on the board, because the knee brace doesn't do anything in a PvE fight. I absolutely could have done that, and I certainly should have, but I didn't. Oh, sorry, was I supposed to continue with a justification? No, I did a thing wrong. Did it sound like I was setting myself up otherwise? Now, sure, I could have done it the right way. Moving on. Victory.
Disgusting creatures.
Scrap, when you sell this, your leftmost shield item gains +12 shield. Yeah, I don't really have one of those, buddy. Mandala. Now, this is terrifying. Mandala, transform your items into something new. I don't want to transform Nightshade. It is currently very powerful in its non-reagent form. You know what I could transform? This gold tier scrap. I'm never going to use it, and Eli's selling potions. I don't really care about potions at the moment. Investing in myself for 1 income is fine, but middlingly fine. Oh, hell yes! What the heck? Soul Ring! Every 10 seconds, poison equal to your regeneration. You have 10 regeneration. It is day 2, and I already have this. I can build around this. I can absolutely build around this. Poison equal to your regeneration. You have +10 regeneration. So that's literally just there by default, by base. Our poison from Soul Ring is always going to be... Always? Not always. Eventually, it will scale in the other direction. Right now, I'm so powerful that, like, basically an enemy has to kill me immediately or they aren't going to win the fight. Granted... Oh, hang on. Are you only level 2? I was about to say, a level 3 Vanessa, someone who has hit their level and is fighting me here, could be a problem. Can I make myself weaker by putting Knee Brace on the board right now? I honestly don't think I can. Like, if I just haste Soul Ring and Nightshade, it's pretty tough to do anything to me. Unless you kill me before they go off. Which is what Vanessas do. Oh, hang on. That's poison items on field, buddy. That's the wrong subset. You've got a beach ball so that you have the ability to haste the catfish, but that is the only thing that can target the haste on the catfish. Thankfully, it immediately did, giving you some scaling. Lucky ducky. Oh my god. Okay, Nightshade is still doing insane work. Yeah. Also, with the very long cooldown of Soul Ring, honestly, the Rocket Boots should probably still be between the Nightshade and the Shiny Essence. Especially when the Essence gets upgraded.
There is still more to learn.
Just gonna happen pretty soon. Proboscis. I'll pop the Knee Blade on board, despite the fact that I know that it doesn't need to be there right now. 2 gold and a bronze tier item, because I lack money and I'd like to have some. Gland! I'll take that. It gives me an additional regen, which gives me an additional poison on my Soul Ring. Good lord. They're really trying to get me to go to Curio a whole bunch here. I gotta say, my interest is waning, not just because there's a study space, but also because there's an eating contest here, and I could easily pick up 150. perfect time to do so as well. Ballpark is offering to buy our bronze items for an additional gold. I do have 2 to sell you. Does that make you worth going to over the Lost Crate? Where I can get a random skill? Kind of yes, because I do have 2 dead slots on my board, and I am going to need money.
Gigamart's owner is the ultimate businessman. Take the deal.
I'm going to sell Gland and Bolt Lightning. I'm going to buy the Philosopher's Stone.
Spend
Which comes with a chunk of
more
lead. Then I'm going to
free
sell the
shipping.
Philosopher's Stone and the chunk of lead for profit in the Volbuck store. Gloop. Goop Flail. Every 12 seconds, deal 1 damage. Poison equal to this item's damage multicast through. I mean, it's just not... When I have Soul Ring, it really feels like I should be leaning into this and regen as my direction. Rerolling here, unfortunately, is very expensive. I could take Sapphire. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I could have it. No, I'm going to save money for the other side of the day. So I basically just came here to get +3 gold. It wasn't great, but +3 gold and I got to look at items. It's starting to feel a little better. Courtesy of our regen... Oh, no. Okay, there's 2 options here. There's Eccentric Etherite, which... You have a 1 in 5 to give me one of the best skills in the entire game. Street Gamer has when you use a small item, heal. And all of our small items would trigger additional scaling on the Nightshade. I have to say, I am interested in that, but...
I've got a lot of work
The tie
to
breaks
do,
in the direction of
but
Eccentric
this
Etherite,
will
because
be
not only could
fun.
we 1 in 5 to get rigged here, at the start of each fight, haste 2 items, 3 seconds, one of the most powerful skills in the entire game. It'll get nerfed eventually, but they haven't found time to do it yet. Not only is there that, but also she gives us 3 experience, which will give us the ability to get to level 4 by the end of the day, so I'll have a full slot. Full board slot. All of my board slots activated and online. Neat. Hell yeah. Rigged! At the start of each fight, haste 2 items, 3 seconds. So we've got a poison and haste happening at the very start of the fight. That's so big for us. Invest in yourself, 1 income. If that was 2 income, honestly, I might have done it. Mandala transforms your item into something new. Irrelevant to us. Sylvia is expensive to reroll, but I'll look at your first store at least.
Gaudy. Silver is demure.
Runic Potion. Haste your lifesteal weapons 1 second, and a weapon gains lifesteal for the fight. That's a way to give the Proboscis lifesteal, which would, you know... Actually, that is kind of funny. If the Proboscis had lifesteal, currently, or rather previously, lifesteal was not considered a source of healing. Now it is, which is to say, each time I slow, I would cause damage by Proboscis, which would hit the enemy, which would lifesteal, which would cause a healing trigger, which would scale the additional damage on Nightshade for every single slow. Well, that's kind of cool, actually. I don't think I really want to do anything here. I need something that you... I don't have damage on this, but like it's possible I get a skill that helps me with damage on it. 2 experience time. I'm gonna get the level up on Silly Incense. Silly Incense, sorry, the shiny. It is pretty silly, admittedly. Alright, I'm gonna take the Runic Potion. I don't feel great about it, but if I can give lifesteal to the Proboscis and actually benefit from it, look, I can. Let's just say I can see it. I can see it.
Any good fights lately? Oh, I do miss it.
Hell yeah. Spider Mace, when you slow or poison, charges 2 seconds. Those are the things I do.
Use it well. Make me proud.
With each new discovery, the formula of life is revealed.
Shining Incense is 100% my target here. It just gets so much more power for us. Now it's giving us 6 regen every time it goes off instead of 2. Now it is slowing 4 items for 2 seconds instead of 2 items for 2 seconds. I suppose I'm either giving lifesteal to the Spider Mace or the Runic... or the Proboscis this time. That's fine. Rightmost item has +2 poison. That should be the Nightshade. And the additional speed, I believe, now does need to go on the incense. Yes. Because the additional incense triggers cause Spider Mace and Proboscis. And through those, possibly cause additional scaling to the Nightshade. The Nightshade pretty quickly outscales the damage that is dealt by Sol Ring over the same period of time.
I seek the ultimate secret. Will you get me any closer?
Security camera. Your shielded items have plus 30% crit chance, and there's a shielded GPU with 30% crit chance and a critical core. I mean, it looks okay, but thankfully I've been buying a lot of HP. I've been using the knee brace a little bit. We're pretty comfortable. Maybe I will get an upgrade to this runic potion, give the ability to give lifesteal to both of my weapons. Additional 100 max HP here, super important. We're off to a great start, I have to say. I've been honestly a little worried about... Honestly, I've been a little worried about the fact that, like, right now, about a week and a half, actually 2 weeks after the release of this patch, is when I am now showcasing Mac. The first week, oh boy, what a great time to showcase Mac that would have been. Just showing off all of the stuff against a field of people who didn't know how to play against Mac. But now? Oh, now the heat is on. But it's going well. Quite encouraged by that. JJ and Mandala's here. Treasure chest. I'm going to look at JJ.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer.
I think I buy Venom here. When you use the weapon to the left of this poison 3, it gives us the ability to pop the Spider Mace with a poison, so that when it goes off, it gives itself 2 seconds worth of charge. Oh, you got nerfed! Oh, there's been nerfs! What happened? Oh my god, there's been a whole load of nerfs! Oh no! Okay, let me quickly check if any of these are super problematic. Baka 3 got buffed. That's fine. It's not relevant here. Arthanor, you can target what it reloads now. Oh. Oh, okay. It got made more powerful, but it's only available at Silver Tier and up. Cool. Floor Spike. Okay, yeah, Floor Spike was a bit too fast. Floor Spike had a cooldown of 10 seconds, and when either blade used a weapon, charge at 2 seconds. Now it's 9 seconds, and it charges for 1. That makes much more sense. Goop Flail got... its shiny enchantment used to give it an additional 3 multicast. Now it's just 1. Leeches got made a little faster. Oh, Library's enchantments are online. Now it triggers when you use non-weapon items. Cool. Philosopher's Stone is now a relic. Plague Glaive used to be insane with its enchants. It no longer is. That's unfortunate. Poppy Field's enchants also got made a lot weaker. Recycling bins got made weaker. Runic Daggers did have its cooldown reduced. So did Runic Double Bows. So did the Magic Carpet, all reduced by a full second. None of these are necessarily relevant to the board just yet. Oh,
Hey,
this is,
take
though.
your time. I'm in no hurry.
Smelling Salts. I'm honestly surprised they didn't change Smelling Salts more. Smelling Salts is the item that says, when you slow, haste the item to the left of this. Its enchants all say, when you slow, trigger X. They all still do. Instead of poisoning 3, it just poisons 1. Instead of burning 3, it burns 1. Cool. Spider Mace got nerfed, both the damage and its cooldown. Also, its enchants got nerfed. That makes sense. Staff of the Moose. This is what I was looking for. Because I'm currently going into a regen build. So Staff of the Moose is pretty important to my build. It used to carry, at Diamond tier, the line, your weapons deal damage equal to 3 times your regeneration. It no longer does. It now carries, your weapons just have additional damage equal to your regeneration flat on each of its levels. Cool. Viper Gang got changed as well. That's fine. All right. Yeah, it was worth checking those out after noticing that, just in case, you know, like, something instrumental that I end up going for. Like, Staff of the Moose was changed, and that is something instrumental that I would have otherwise gone for. I'll take the Venom. I'm going to reroll because Smelling Salt's such a huge hit that I can't avoid looking for it whenever it's available. Tzidian Dagger, not necessary. Yeah, final dose does go on poison. Good. Righty tighty. Oh boy, it is really appealing. Unfortunately, Andy sells the 2 items I care about most right now: shiny incense and smelling salts. Also sells runic potion. Okay, I'm doing it. This is. I really wish I could. Never mind. We got the smelling salts. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Literally nothing has ever gone wrong in the world, actually. So that's fun. Smelling salts on the field. I'm going to be selling the rocket boots at some point to give an additional second of haste to the smelling salts. But also, at the moment, do I need to do that? No, it already gives out perma haste. Okay, I don't need to sell the rocket boots for that. But they're on short notice. Shard of Obsidian, enchant into Obsidian if able when transforming. I do like to carry around a reagent in my back pocket when I can, but I just don't have the money for it right now. Honestly, we came here and we got smelling salts. I can't be sad. I literally cannot be sad. This gives me the ability to perma haste the shiny incense. So now this is going to have a cooldown of 3 seconds. It is going to be slowing 4 items and gaining 6 regen on 3-second charges, which all of that additional slow makes the Spider Mace faster and does more damage with the Proboscis and scales the Nightshade faster. It's all good. I'm going to go fight a Hexer, and the reason I'm going to do this is because I believe I deal lethal poison damage to a Hexer before a Hexer even starts going on. The going off is when the viruses destroy my items, by the way. Yeah, 120 poison on them, so it didn't... They could have destroyed the absolute best targets available on the field. You know, shiny incense and soul ring, but they were already dead.
Your instruction.
Crypto? Sick. You can sell this for a value between 0 and 11. The item says 0 to 10, but at 0 and 11, word to the wise. Make sure. Not just yet. Huh? Okay. Still not yet. Orion sells tools. Now, tools are an interesting subset of items for Mac. I think, because I'm not in a potion or reagents build right now, I think because I'm in regen, that they're almost irrelevant to me. In fact, I can't even see the gold tier ones. So, Alembic for transforming reagents, Aludel for if you have potions or reagents, do poison multicast, Boiling Flask, multicast for potions, Calcinator, transforming reagents, Cauldron, has the type of items that you have. Hourglass, Letter Opener, Mortar and Pestle? Mortar and Pestle? 2 spaces on board is too much to pay for a single lifesteal for us. Oil Lantern, when you gain regen, charge this 2 seconds. Not too bad, but I don't actually gain regen in that many discrete triggers. Retort, Satchel, Sifting Pan, Curable, Vial Launcher. Yeah, there's nothing there that I'm specifically interested in. Which is great, because I really do want to go to Finn's for 45 max HP, as well as 5 more regen. That 5 more regen translating immediately into 5 more poison on the Soul Ring.
Let's both keep learning. Maybe someday we'll teach each other.
Stocked. Your potions have +1 ammo. There's also strength. Your weapons deal 15 additional damage. And potent potables. Your burn and poison +1 for each potion. I could take stocked, and I wouldn't be sad about it. We'd give the runic potion the ability to hit both of mine, and there's nothing wrong with that. I could also take strength, and it would give me the ability to actually do damage with those weapons. Which, considering the fact that Proboscis is going to need an actual damage stat, is very appealing. And then potent potables. I'm going to take the strength.
I'm proud of you.
This with an actual damage stat becomes so much more. Powerful. I could sell rocket boots. I'm going to gamble that the crypto is going to get higher. Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm selling my Bitcoin in 2018. Let's do it. Crypto sells for almost full value. But I'm not going to hold any longer. I'm going to sell my crypto, pick up 150 more max HP. Keeping the knee blade on the field. Let's do it.
You remind me of someone I fought last century.
Ooh. Oh, they're missing one of them. They've got the black spider, the red firefly, the yellow mantis, the blue beetle. These are this is part of Dualtron's new, or Dooley's new Dualtron expansion. A bunch of different bugs that synergize with one another. Blue beetle says when an adjacent item poisons, charge this 1 second. And the item that would have been next to that, which I can't remember the name of at the moment, I think I'm going to call it like Green Mantis. Green Mantis would have said, when an adjacent item freezes or slows, charge this 1 second. So they all charge one another. Black spider, when adjacent, poison or burn, and then it's red firefly, when adjacent, hastes or slows, yellow mantis hastes. It's super cool. I really, really, really like how those work together. I'm so glad that we beat them, though. Because I really do feel kind of unstoppable right now. And even if I want to lump praise on my enemy, like, I do feel like we're doing something here. Don't interrupt. Keen is selling non-weapon items. Boy. I feel like I need to at least look, especially considering how cheap she is, to reroll. Hello. Nightshade upgrade. Venom doesn't feel like one that I should upgrade.
Good of all.
It's an additional 1 poison every time I use the spider mace. You know, there is part of my brain that realizes this is a bad idea, but still just wants to click it because then, and it's like, it's perfect. It's exactly as much money as I have, and then it upgrades, and then, but like, I also recognize it literally will not change any outcome in any combat I have upcoming, but I could hold 4 gold, which could be relevant in the future. So I'm gonna tear myself away from this shop, despite the fact that there is a large amount of my body that just wants to stay. Obstacle course, get a slow item, Finn's big bite. I do really like how much regen I've been picking up from Finn, how much max HP we've also been picking up. That'd be damn near another 50 at this point. A slow item would really help fix my economy though, because if the slow item actually can go on board, that's really nice. If it can't, I can sell it. Let's just take a very quick, a very brief little peruse. Mac, what slow items do you even have that would be available at this tier? Amber, Bottle Tornado, I'd be sad to see. Incense is fine. Mothmeal, eh. Rainbow Potion, bad. In this instance, specifically for us right now. Let me put all those edge cases on there. I'm not saying the Rainbow Potion is always bad. Sleeping Potion, Smelling Salts, and Throne Net. So the ones I'd really hate to see, Bottle Tornado, Rainbow Potion, Sleeping Potion, Mothmeal at a stretch. So that's about half of them. 8 items, one of them's fine-ish. More than 50% of them are good. Alright, give me Amber. Mothmeal, so this is the 5th best item. This is the one that's half good, and it depends on what it enchants into. When this is transformed, enchanted with heavy, if able. So my next enchantment space, I'll be rolling that. We're in a normal fight, so I'll just field it. Mod Squad, Infernal Envoy, or Sabertooth. Sabretooth has exactly one cool thing he can do for me. It's Diamond Fangs. Your small diamond tier items have their cooldowns reduced by 30%. But I'm not just gonna hang on to a hope for that. I think I'm gonna go Mod Squad. Get as much money as I possibly can here. Possibility of even picking up a gold crypto for floating a little bit more money in the future. Charcoal. When using another friend, this gains +2 burn for the fight.
The Bazaar has many secrets.
Nice.
I will uncover them all.
We got our Mothmeal transformation. Transform your leftmost small item. That'll be Mothmeal becoming something heavy enchanted. Ugh. Yeah, that's really unappealing. It's a Tzenian dagger, which gives the potion to the left of it +2 ammo, so I can put it here, and then the runic potion has 3 weapons to target. Realistically, it's going off board instead for the knee brace for literally just 100 HP, relatively commonly. I'm gonna sell charcoal here. I'm going to the eating contest and picking up another 150 max HP. You do not understand how important it is to me to just get max HP as this character. And even beyond the pun! But also largely related to the pun, certainly. Tox Clock sells haste, slow, and cooldown items. Honestly, I do actually really want items from you. I could free up a possible 8 gold in that store if I really needed to at a pinch. Haste, slow, and cooldown items. For Mac. Amber, energy potion. Incense. Library technically available right now, which is actually hilarious. Pollen Keen. I wouldn't be able to buy the library, so it's actually not hilarious. It's in fact bad. Okay, yeah, the things that I would really want from Tox Clock store, I wouldn't be able to afford. So I'm gonna go get a free bottled lightning, which I'll be selling later. Also, by the way, just in case you're curious about this, just in case this is just in case you are starting to get familiar with the Bazaar, or you watch videos of the Bazaar but don't play the Bazaar, I will note, proboscis, while it is a weapon, is never used. This weapon triggers. It doesn't have a cooldown, and it never actually activates. It has a passive effect, which is triggered. For that reason, it would not do anything with Venom, because Venom says when you use the weapon to the left of this. Spider Mace has a cooldown and is used. It does have a passive, which is triggered, but eventually it is used. Proboscis is not. Alright, let's go into the fight. King KKG. Honestly,
I will leave you alive to learn the lesson.
I'm not very threatened, because I've done every anti-Vanessa thing I possibly can do right now. I've gotten a stupid amount of HP. I have 70% more HP than you. I've got things to help counter by slowing the enemy. I've got lifesteal. I've got a lot of damage. They're gonna come back to life with the life preserver, but they're dying literally the next frame afterwards because they've got 200 poison. Nice. I do really need money. Cage of Riches for 5 gold or the docks. As long as I get a silver tier item from the docks, it's basically 5 golds. It's probably silver tier. It's not silver tier, it's medium size. As long as I let that spawn an item and then sell it, then yes, it has sold for 5 gold, so everything's fine. Middle sells medium items, but I'm going to go to the mysterious portal. Take my chances at Freya. I never noticed that she has the weasel bead on her Adorable. Speaking of the weasel bead, check out this bank. Sorry, this isn't a bank. This is a backpack. It's the Weasel Bead. Looks so cute. Yeah.
Well,
Let's see
hello.
what you have. I mean, that is very much baby's first, like, freeze build. Sapphire, your other freeze items have an additional second duration. Ice Claw freezes 2 items for 2 seconds because of the Sapphire. And when you freeze, this gains 30 damage to the vine. Then Black Ice freezes 1 item for 2 seconds. When you freeze, poison 6. I'm not going to reroll here. I'm also not going to purchase any of these. Sayonara,
Maybe
buddy.
you're more comfortable in the dunes.
Oh. Now I am powerful. Am I powerful enough to beat an Infernal? I think I am, but I think I need to make some minor adjustments to my board state before I can. I think first and foremost, Rocket Boots needs to be on the field. Knee Brace, obviously not. Runic Potion does, but I don't think Spider Mace wants to be on the field. And if Spider Mace isn't on the field, then Venom doesn't want to be on the field. Which is weird. Because then I'm like running an item down. The reason that Runic Potion... I guess I could put the Zedian Dagger on there instead. Get Lifesteal for all of our weapons. That's the other option. Problem is the Runic Potion really wants to target the Proboscis first so that I'm actually getting significant lifesteal. I think that works better. I'm very thankful here that I have the ability to slow the enemies, so we're going to be able to significantly slow down the resolution of both their Fire Claw and the Infernal Greatsword, which do get pretty ridiculous pretty quickly. Also, that additional haste at the start of the fight is really helpful for us. Okay, Spider Mace has now got its lifesteal. Literally the last thing to get lifesteal was the Proboscis, which is exactly what I was scared about, but that's fine. As it turns out, seems to have still gotten it in time.
This is but the spark of my true power.
Hell yeah. It's really the second swing of the Infernal Greatsword. At that point, it has gathered enough burn damage from the Fire Claw already being on you and from its first hit against you that you are going to melt. But yeah, that's the reason the slow from the incense is so important, so that we can hold that at bay. Burning Rage. When you burn, your weapons gain +4 damage to the fight. So that's not relevant yet. But if I get, like, Burning Enchant when you slow burn, or Proboscis when you slow burn, then suddenly this is a great scaling tool.
My mind glows. I see everything.
Silver tier upgrades available. It's gotta be Shiny Incense for an additional slow target. Or rather, an additional
With more
2
time,
slow
greater
targets.
perfection.
And an additional 4 regen. It's so good. It's really, really too good. No. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. It's not too good. It's fine. It's middling, actually. Don't nerf it, please. Treasure chest. Get an item. I kind of want to go to Eli, but literally the only thing I want from Eli is a Runic Potion right now, so maybe not. I'm just going to hit up a treasure chest. Ooh, okay. Dragon's Breath, newly buffed. Got 2 seconds off its cooldown. Still seems punishingly slow, but I'm certain you can make it speed up appropriately. I mean, Smelly's ought to do that. When you use an adjacent item or a dragon item, this gains +3 burn, +8 burn for the fight. For us, it's probably most important that that's going to sell for a good number. Hello, Hef. You sell burn items. But most importantly, you regularly sell items that are enchanted with burn.
I see a spark in you. Let's make it a flame.
Fiery Leeches. When you poison, this gains additional damage. The vine has lifesteal. Yeah. Fiery Ice Claw. Also, yeah, for the same reason. I don't think I re-roll here, though. Because if there is something enchanted on the other side that I want, it's going to be too expensive for me to buy. Candles. Final one. When you use a small item, charges 2 seconds. Like, yeah, I do want to burn, but no, I don't want to, like, destroy my build in order to start burning. That seems... well, I gotta say, that does seem counterproductive. Alright.
It's wise not to rush the flames.
That's what I've been saying. Ophelius. Have you just had a power spike, buddy? Because
Why must
if
we
you're
do
coming off a
this?
losing
Death
streak,
laughs at us both.
I think you might
If
need that
knew
behind
my
you to
true
help.
purpose, you would stand aside.
Uh-oh. Staff of the Moose and it's gold tier. So the first time they get down to half HP each fight, they'll take no damage for 1.5 seconds. They'll also gain a good amount of regen. Oh, you just got a lot of enchanted items on that board, buddy. Admittedly, that does seem really good, but look at this
You think
Nightshade.
you've hurt my feelings? I assure you I have none.
Yeah, the Proposa's getting lifesteal, and then every slow triggering a heal, which triggers additional scaling on the Nightshade, is actually insane. Oh, damn it. The damn it here is courtesy of the fact that I do really want to go to Barkun, but that's the mountain pass. Oh my god, am I happy to come to this position. Viper Tyrant. Look, I'm not even going to tell you what Viper Tyrant's skill is. We're just going to fight Viper Tyrant, and if I get the skill, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind, right? So, that's just going to be how it goes. Come on. You've got 10 items on board, literally a 1 in 11.
Man or beast. Sometimes
Dang.
it's hard to tell.
Extract. When you sell this, your leftmost poison item gains +2 poison. That's fine. The skill, by the way, would have been... can't remember the name of the skill. I think it might be Poison Lover, but I don't think it is. I could check. I will check. Anyhow, what it does, though, is when you poison... It's called Poison Tyrant, by the way. When you poison, gain 4 regen for the fight. Super impactful here, because all of our poisons, especially each of the attacks of the Spider Mace, will cause regen, which is even more scaling for the Nightshade.
My power burns hotter, melting away impurities.
Okay, I know exactly where I'm going here. So, Orlin sells gold tier skills. Slow-Mo Lumbra teaches slow skills. Reginald teaches heal and regeneration skills. It's got to be slow. The possibility of getting when you slow increased damage. When you slow increase crit chance. I wonder. There's a skill that when you slow freeze, haste, burn, or... slow freeze, burn, or poison... you give a regen item +1 regen. It is insanely powerful, by the way. It's like... I can't even tell you all the disgusting things you can do with that and a shiny incense that's slowing 4 items by itself. And multicasting, God forbid. I want to check if that skill is also technically a slow-related skill. Doesn't look like it from this angle, unless I am not clicking the correct buttons. But I'm also not looking exactly at the skill I'm talking about right now, because it's not yet appearing. Where are you? Convertibles, not that. No. Vital Renewal, there it is. Oh, it hasn't even got tags in here. That's strange. Vital Renewal. When you slow, freeze, burn, or poison with an item, a regen item gains 1 regen for the fight. It's silver tier, going up to 3 diamond tier. Unfortunately, on howbazaar.gg, it's only marked as a cooldown-related item, which means that neither of these shops would be able to sell it, but I know I've seen it in Reginald's shop. I guess the real problem there is that, like, if I go to Reginald's shop and I hit that, I would have to get rid of the Soul Ring, but also, like... Is that much of a problem? This actually isn't contributing compared to this. Like, it's regen triggers we care about. Alright. I'm doing it, Reginald.
Regeneration is more than biology. It can be learned.
Hardly working. The first 5 times you slow each fight, charge a regen item 1 second. Now, do you know why I came to this space? First 5 times you slow each fight, charge 1 regen item 1 second. I have... Oh, isn't that interesting? Exactly 1 regen item on the board. It's called Shiny Incense. So the first time Shiny Incense goes off, it's going to slow 6 items, which means it is going to charge itself for 5 seconds. Almost immediately causing its second charge. And when this levels up...
Do you feel it? All that life rushing through your body?
It's pretty wild. Thank you for serving. Sol Ring, by the way. You did, like, insane work for a while. Realistically, the work that Sol Ring put in was it gave me 10 regen by base. That's, like... that. Actually, should I sayonara the Sol Ring by giving a regenerative tincture? No, actually. I've got to go to Andy. Small items are too important to me.
I would never debase my wares by haggling. Ugh.
Strength Potion, your items gain 100% crit chance for 3 seconds. Admittedly, pretty good. Emerald, other poison items gain additional poison. I don't care about the number on poison items because realistically, Nightshade gets all of my poison done and it scales to do so. Frost Potion, yeah, too low level for me to consider. Roll. Strength Potion is good, but I'm not going to take it here. Tazedian Dagger upgrade? No, thank you. When this is transformed, restore it with enchant it with Restorative if able. Infinite Potion giving regen trigger every 4 seconds. It's very minimal.
Neither wealthy nor wise, huh?
Yeah, almost entirely irrelevant as a board, unfortunately. Okay. Couple options here. Joyful Jack, equivalent exchange. When you heal. When you capital H heal. Charge a poison item 1 second. I have great news. If Proboscis gets lifesteal and it goes off, remember, that counts as healing. So it'll charge a poison item. The only poison item it can charge is Nightshade. That would be literally like a game-ending hit right there. There is also a hit at Treasure Turtle who has Clamra. Slows 2 items for 1 second at the start of the fight. Which would mean Smelling Salt immediately goes off at the start of the fight. So we also have a poison, a haste, and a slow all going off at the start of the fight. And it means Shiny Incense goes off as quick as possible. That said, Treasure Turtle has 11 drops and only 1 of them is relevant to me. 2 of them. There's one that sells for 40 gold. Joyful Jack, however... Okay, let's actually not care about the comparison there because Joyful Jack does not win that comparison. I just want equivalent exchange so bad that I'm going to risk it because if I do hit it, it's insane.
I've been smashed.
Oh, you absolutely have by the Spider Mace. Realistically, it was mostly Nightshade. Black Rose. When you poison, this gains +2 regen for the fight. Every 8 seconds, gain 4 regen. Realistically, that's not actually going to give me that much regen. Yes, I do a decent amount of poison triggers, but also it's very slow. It's not going to activate that many times in a fight. Sells heal regeneration items. I do think Nightshade counts as one of those, despite the fact that it is neither a heal nor regeneration item, because it cannot be targeted by hardly working. In fact, hover over hardly working, it shows that that would be triggered by these 2 slow items, and it would be benefited by Shiny Incense, showing the Nightshade doesn't trigger it. Yeah, right, Irma.
Got any new playlists for me? Fill the tunes, heal the wounds.
I'm going to sell the Dragon's Potion and fishing nets and piranha. I'm going to buy the Apothecary. Apothecary. Every 6 seconds. Gain 5 regen for the fight. When you slow, burn, haste, or poison, charge this 1 second. At the start of each day, gain a regen. Regent, sorry. Reagent. Apologies. They put regen and reagents on the same character. Like, come on. They were setting me up. That's a stitch up. Where are the cameras? Right up there. It's not on at the moment. All right, Apothecary. Why do I want this so damn bad? Reason is, if I get the heavy enchant, right? If I hit level 10 and it offers me the ability to enchant heavy, then I'm actually surprisingly lacking things that really want to do that. Sure, the Spider Mace could have heavy and it would just act a little faster. It would be another slow trigger. Sure, the Venom, literally the exact same if I do either of those. Proboscis, obviously can't slow when you slow. There's not that many things that want it. Enter Apothecary. If this gets slow charge, every 6 seconds, it gains 5 regen, and then slows 3 items 1 second. Slowing 3 items 1 second also hastes 3 items 1 second, which means the Apothecary goes infinite. I'm more than willing to pay 6 to hold this for a little bit to see if I get the ability for it to just go infinite. Sunlight Spear is also here. Deal damage equal to regeneration plus the burn on both players, and then burn equal to your regeneration. That does count as a regen item. So it would be sped up by hardly working, but realistically I want the shiny incense to do so. I'll take the Apothecary, I'll roll.
The more we can hang out.
There's the Staff of the Moose. At Diamond tier. 10 seconds to do 200 damage, multicast 2. The first time you fall below half health each fight, you take no damage for 1.5 seconds, and gain 50 regen for the fight. Your weapons have additional damage equal to your regen. One of the problems of this is it is a regen item because it does give you regen during it, which means that the hardly working would no longer just target shiny incense. It would also try and give charges to Staff of the Moose. Staff of the Moose going off is almost entirely irrelevant to me. The only text I care about on Staff of the Moose is this here. Your weapons have plus damage equal to your regeneration. And I care about that text so that the regeneration that I gain from the shiny incense is given to the proboscis to deal in additional damage to the enemy. I think this is... It's a large investment to do that. Maybe too large. I could also field Soul Ring, which means I just have additional regen by base. So what? Like Nightshade would be going off board? Well, actually, because Nightshade's all of my damage right now, right? But if I did lean hard into regen gain, could I get enough regen to make the Staff of the Moose give the proboscis the ability to lethal my enemy insanely quickly? So get 16 additional damage by base, courtesy of the Staff of the Moose. Every time the shiny incense goes off, it gets an additional 10. I have an additional 10 by base to it with Soul Ring. This is just a really difficult decision. Like, Proboscis would still want to be able to heal because it having lifesteal is, even if it's not triggering, you know, the Nightshade even further, having lifesteal on the Proboscis does give us a bunch of health back, especially if it's scaling its damage. So if it still wants lifesteal, and then I'm putting another weapon on the field, I've got Staff of the Moose, Proboscis, 4 spaces on board. I've got Soul Ring, 5 spaces on board. I've got Runic Potion, and if I want the Proboscis to be able to get... If I want both of them to be able to get lifesteal, then the Heavy Tazidian Dagger needs to be there as well. So 7 spaces on board. Smelling Salts and Shiny Incense are added into that. Spider Mace probably doesn't come along then. But it would also carry a lot of damage. Ugh, it's hard to turn it down. I do need to get rid of Nightshade as my, like, the be-all, end-all kind of soon. Is Staff of the Moose how I do that? It's about time to stop running the knee brace on board. Ugh.
I'm gonna rub this stuff on you. Don't make it weird.
Too late. Soul Ring for the additional 10. Definitely going on board. I don't really care about poison triggers anymore. Spider Mace is triggered by other things. So yeah, there. 45 damage by base on the Proboscis. Runic Potion actually doesn't have the ability to heal all of these. Right. Let's figure out what we're doing before the next fight, because it's possible the next space just gives me a solution to this and I don't have to worry about it. Kind of want to go to Nufu, but realistically I should go pick up golds. I don't actually have money right now. Or a big man on campus. What do I do? You typically have a lot of HP. Staff of the Moose. I feel like poison's more appropriate for this fight. I do feel like I literally just, like, invert what I had. And I no longer have Knee Brace on the board, but I don't want Soul Ring to be the item that gets the hardly working triggers. Yeah, so I will take it off for this one. This is going to try and give me a reagent. It can try and give me a medium-sized one, so I kind of want to sell something before we do this. But also, what if this gets haste triggers? Then I give it rocket boots that actually haste 3 items for 2 seconds. That could be relevant. It's not, but it could be. Actually, if I get haste, I'd put it on Proboscis when you slow haste and then give it an additional second to charge from that so that the haste can spread across the entire board. Yeah, I'm going to leave Soul Ring off the field. I think it's more important that Shiny Incense targets itself with hardly working in order to get us off to a really, really powerful start than I have Soul Ring.
You are a child, and I will punish you.
That said, fielding Soul Ring would guarantee that I have enough space for the small reagent. Oh dear. Oh, that's not what I was thinking. Igloo has been changed though. Now it says when you freeze, shield. Also, first time you fall below half health each fight, use this. And also now it freezes multiple targets. It became a lot better in the most recent patch. You also have Aurora Dome. When you freeze, your shield items gain +10 shield for the fight. Snow Globe, freeze 3 things. Booby Trap, when you use a property, charges 1 second, it freezes an item. They're going to be able to shield a bunch, but thankfully, I'm just poisoning directly under the shield. It's irrelevant to us. Yeah, over the course of that fight, the Proboscis, so what? You did 703 damage divided by 19. You were triggered 37 times. Interesting. So, if I recall correctly, 45 was the damage it otherwise got to. So, if it triggered 37 times, the difference between 45 and 19... Okay. Okay, that's really interesting. With the Staff of the Moose on field, this would have done an additional 962 damage. Interesting. Also, the Spider Mace, what the difference is? 1, 25, 26, so 260 additional damage on the Spider Mace as well. Curious. Worth having a look at those numbers in case they become relevant. I think I'm going to look at Eli, because if I see an energy potion or I see the runic potion, I think I'll take them.
Oh, hello, Mac. Come to learn from a real alchemist?
I don't know if I have enough money to spend on items I don't care about, though. Rainbow potion, bottled lightning, and sleeping. Yeah, I'm out of there.
I may be young, but I'll outtrans...
With enough power, I will defeat death itself.
Oh, insect wing. When you sell this, reduce your leftmost items cooldown by 6%. I'm 100% doing that on the shiny incense. And then I'm also going to go to the monster ranch, and I'm looking for cooldown reduction to leftmost space. We find it. I'm going to drop that on the incense again. Another 6%. Oh my god, I'm murdering that dragon. If I kill a dragon, I actually have the ability to level up to level 10 before the end of this day, giving us our first enchant. Our enchant will literally decide which of our 3 builds that I'm currently holding on to we run. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, they actually got a really, really brutal setup there where they actually managed to burn me, rather, for an insane amount on the first cycle. Oh, we good. Thanks to the slow, we got over him there. Hell yeah.
A waste of my time. But I do have plenty.
Wow. Draconic Rage, when you use a medium item, one of your burn items gains plus 10 burn for the fight. If I had a burn item, that'd be relevant. Maybe I will in the future. Maybe I will. Recycling, Mandala. Mandala would just transform like one of these. But again, we haven't had our level up. We're literally 1 experience away from it. I'll look at Tok. Enter purchase leave. Energy potion. Haste your other items for 2 seconds. All other items? Yeah, I think that's worth it. It's also Palanquin. Your items rather have 15% additional crit chance. When you crit with an item, reduce its cooldown by 5% for the fight. I will note, regen items can crit. Take that energy potion. I told you exactly what was going to happen if I got an energy potion, but I will wait in case Proboscis gets upgraded with haste, because that would change things. I figured that might be Magnus's femur right there. Is that what I do? Is that what I do? Magnus's femur. When he's slow, charges 2 seconds, and it gains 24 damage to the fight. 25 damage to the fight, rather. Every 13 seconds, deal 300 damage. So it's a large weapon, but in exchange for that, it charges, which is really important. Because that means that if I have enough slow triggers, and I certainly have a lot of them, but I could get more. If I have enough slow triggers, this suddenly becomes insanely fast. Boy, this is really annoying. I want to hold on to all of these builds right now. I think like the first one I can give up is Soul Ring Staff of the Moose, because I don't think enchantments really help me do any of it. Realistically, what helps me do this build is if I find the regen dagger, but if I find the regen dagger, it's still very slow. So we'd have like a slow haste regen build, which is kind of okay. I say kind of okay. It's good. It is. I'm just salty. I could sell the rocket, but you know what? I'm going to sell the rocket boots in advance. If I do get the haste enchantment, I am going to be sad about it. But I'm going to buy Magnus's femur just in case. Then we move one space and we'll see what our enchantment is.
Another step forward.
Slow. Yeah, it is. All right. Game over. Game's over. The game is over. There's no more game in this game. Apothecary. Let me make absolutely certain they didn't nerf this without telling me. Hang on. Actually, they may have done. Nope. Heavy still slows 3 items for 1 second. All right, we're off. Yeah. Oh, God help you. Heavy Apothecary. Every 6 seconds, gain 5 regen for the fight. Then, slows 3 items 1 second. Then, haste 3 items 1 second. Then, gain 6 seconds charge. And do it again. All the while, Magnus' femur is going off and thumping the enemy in the face. And so is the proboscis. We gotta upgrade that runic potion, certainly. Getting rid of this Tzedian dagger, venom, spider mace. Then have to come back out of the field. Upgrading smelling salts? I mean, I could do it.
You say old. I say thoroughly tested. Come on, it's just dust.
Rural Exodus.
I have faced 82 foes exactly like you. People are a pattern.
Now all I need to worry about is my start speed. I need my build to start running pretty much damn near instantly. Thankfully, due to our lash out and rigged, we get 3 seconds charge on the heavy apothecary at the start of the battle. And then it just keeps charging itself until it does that. Oh boy. Your Uzi went off 3 times. I will guess that it was slowed, but that still means that we were like a maximum of 8 seconds into the fight. Oh. JJ, you sell items. You've got a shiny incense for me. It's not, it doesn't have to be shiny. Let me note that, right? It doesn't have to be shiny. But you got an incense for me. I'm certain of it. Tommy Han, when you try some reagent, permanently gain 10 regen. And a Philo Stone. No thank you on those fronts. Viper Cane. Has been nerfed, is made slower. Used to be a 5-second cooldown. Deals 25 damage, and then a poison item gains poison equal to 15% this item's damage, and a regen item gains regen equal to 15% this item's damage. I don't have a way to increase its damage, and also I'm already doing something insane. Why would I even bother considering it?
As long as we get to hang out.
Oh, Pearl's dig site. Okay, I might find something here.
Need some work.
Shadow Cloak, no. Herculean Launcher, while interesting, when this gains haste, it also gains 15% crit chance for the fight and deals 300 damage. While it's interesting, it's only interesting because you don't commonly see this weapon. Otherwise, everyone would ignore it forever. And there was a letter opener there as well. Fishing Rod, giving us diamond tier aquatic items at the start of each day. Realistically, the only things I care about are at start of fight. Things that trigger at start of fight, or out, like, they literally don't even trigger in the fight. They, you know, upgrade things on board. When you burn, heal 20 and gain 2 regen. No. Scrap and a gamma ray. When you use a coral ray, adjacent poison items gain poison. No, thank you. Schematics, I could treat that as money. When you level up, get a tech item. Those tech items could be sold for money. Staff of the Moose and Soul Ring are never going back on board. I can tell you that for life. Like, are they going to be better than what's currently on board? No, I didn't think so. Oh. Junkyard Lance, Sunlight Spear, Volcanic Vents. I guess I am just gonna get rid of those. Trash Hemlock as well. Oh, sick. Icy Cellar. Reload an item, gain 2 regen for the fight. Freeze a small item A small or medium item, 2 seconds. 2 seconds for a 4-second cooldown. That's actually really good. Just not on my board because obviously we're doing insane things. Sirens! Every 8 seconds, slow an item, then haste an item. For each adjacent vehicle, this has +1 multicast. I have no vehicles. Lifting gloves for some additional damage when I sell it. It's too small of a number for me to really care about too much. I do only have one more real roll left in me, but I'm willing to push it to limit. Oh, smelling salts upgrade. There's also duct tape when you're using arm left of this. Shield, electric heals. Fine.
Hey, you're a
Oh,
natural
fine.
at this.
Fine. Oh, Oasis Guardian. Oh, no, I can't. The Oasis Guardian actually has a gold Magnus's femur. Actually, you have a silver incense as well. Interesting. I've got to go to the Death Knight Reaper for a number of reasons here. Specifically including Hypnotic Drain. When you use a weapon with Lifesteal, freeze a smaller item for 2 seconds. I give Lifesteal to the femur. And when I upgrade the Runic Potion or give it another ammo, I'm going to guarantee that it has Lifesteal. Alternatively, I'll take Proboscis off board because it's actually not that relevant at the moment. But that lifesteal could be important here. Desperate Cleanse. Actually, this is sick too. First time you fall below half health, each fight removes freeze and slow from all of your items and cleanse half your burn and poison. So if anyone is fast enough to lock me down, I can come back. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We have hardly working, but we don't have the... Oh. Oh. Okay. I got a couple directions I could go with this. So I have haste at start of fight. I also have poison at start of fight. I could go to... I have haste at start of fight. I don't have slow at start of fight. Right. I have haste at start of fight. I could go to Zara. I could look for first time you haste freeze. And that's literally just slow down the enemy. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. I could also go to Zoshima. Looking for when you use slow, burn, poison, or freeze, give a regen item additional regen. Slow-mo Lumbra, you could also scale damage for us, which is nice, but like the femur is scaling its own damage whenever I slow. You could give me a maximum of +6 damage. Like it's not actually relevant comparatively.
Alchemy is more poetry than science.
Well,
I fear you will take it too far.
Essence Overflow. Your weapons have additional damage equal to your regeneration. I've got to say, that is actually kind of funny. That does mean that the Heavy Apothecary would be giving 5 damage to the Proboscis every time it goes off. The Shiny Incense, 10 damage to it every time. Hardly Working would, unfortunately, also charges the Apothecary at this point in time, but honestly, it doesn't matter at this point. Vital Renewal. That is the one I'm looking for. When you slow, freeze, burn, or poison with an item, a regen item gains 1 regen for the fight. I'm going to take Essence Overflow because that's the payoff, and I can get Vital Renewal.
Why search the universe for its secrets? In the Bazaar, the universe comes to you.
Moth Meal, Enchant with Heavy, Hourglass, 8% cooldown reduction to an item. I mean, the fact that regen is scaling my damage does mean that Proboscis is going to get damage. So I don't want to replace it with the Hourglass necessarily. I really just want the upgrade for the Runic Potion, if you're honestly asking. Amber. Your other slow items have 1 additional second of slow, and it slows 3 items 3 seconds when it goes off. That is so good. Do I need it, though? If I have Lifesteal and Magnus's Femur, nothing can touch me.
Shall I gift wrap it for you?
Yes, Proboscis would actually gain like a really large amount, a really significant amount of damage. God, it's actually maybe better. Oh, I'm disgusted by that thought. But we slow constantly. We're literally slowing all of the time. I think it's that. I actually think the Proboscis is supposed to go back on field. Should Amber be here? Amber giving the additional second of slow to Apothecary, but realistically, everything does get perma-slowed already. Alright, let's just return to that. I'm going to gain 11 regen. Also 11 damage for all of my weapons. Pretty nice. I want to see the Proboscis do it.
If you knew my true purpose, you would stand aside.
Oh, that's weird. Fiber optics. When you use your leftmost item, charge your rightmost item 1 second. I didn't think this propagated over itself. That is to say, I think when they use their first Aiden, it will charge nothing. But let's look. No, first Aiden seems to give a second of charge to the cooldown. Yeah, we got a lot of damage out of the Essence Overload there. Yeah, it did about as much damage as Magnus's Femur. Okay, that was correct. Keep it on board. I just need an additional ammo for the Runic Potion, and then I'm actually just comfortable with that board. Oh, hang on. May have spoken too soon. Yep, Monster Ranch is here to offer me another 9% cooldown on an item. I mean, like, the Heavy Apothecary getting down to 5 seconds cooldown does actually mean it would go off faster, because it doesn't have to take another... It takes, like, a small gap between each of its charges that it gets from the same source. So it would have to charge one less time, which does mean it actually would go off faster. That said, obviously, Magnus's Femur would be most impacted by it. But also, Shiny Incense would be the one that actually... Well, this doesn't really do the majority of slowing on our field anymore. That is 100% the job of the Heavy Apothecary at this point. Well... Unfortunately, I also don't have gunpowder here, which I actually would have taken for the Runic Potion. Vial of Blood for the level up. 2 experience is a lot. If 2 experience gave me 9% cooldown on my most important item, though, that would also be a lot. Wholesales large items. Can I afford large? I can afford an upgrade to Magnus's Femur exactly if it's in your first store.
I shall fight.
Library. All weapon cooldowns are increased by a second. Your non-weapon items cooldowns are decreased by 1 second. Costs 24. 16, 6. I could buy it. So here's the thing. If Runic Potion is making... If Proboscis is scaling to the point that it's doing enough damage without Magnus's Femur, if I can field the library, all weapon cooldowns are increased. Proboscis doesn't have a cooldown, it's fine. Your non-weapon item cooldowns are decreased by 1 second. So, Runic Potion, Heavy Apothecary, the Smelling Salts, Shiny Incense. Literally, the first trigger is faster, and then it just gets insane. I'm doing it.
Gold becomes goods, then returns to gold, like clouds to the sea.
Now it's Heavy Apothecary. There we go. 4.5 second charge. 4.3 on the Shiny Incense. 3 seconds on Runic to get the lifesteal on the Proboscis. Hell yeah. And then if I upgrade Library, by the way, it's 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Yeah, it gets pretty... It's pretty nutty. I'm almost certain I can beat the heck out of this Volcus Enforcer. He doesn't have anything I actually want. But, he is a weenie little baby and he's gonna die. So, you know, there's that.
It's so cold.
Love it. Cryosphere! Freeze both players' items. 2 golden gold tier loot. Ooh, upgrade hammer. Annoying. I really want to upgrade the Runic Potion and go back in time and have the... But this is honestly better. I'll use the upgrade hammer to hit the pockets ring. Oh my god, Mysterious Portal Forger. Yeah, literally just... Okay, yes, Shiny Incense does want an upgrade, but are you ready? Are you ready for this speed? 2 seconds into the fight, the Runic Potion gives me my lifesteal. The Heavy Apothecary has a 3.5 second cooldown, which means it almost goes infinite without the smelling salts. Kina, look, there's a small chance you're selling the final smelling salts here. Dang. Secret Formula would actually be really cool too. Gain 5 regen for the fight. Burn, item to the left of this gains plus burn, equal to your regen. Poison item gains plus poison, equal to your regen. Ouroboros statue, when you poison, gain regen. Yeah, none of that comes with us.
You're not ready to accept the light. And that's okay.
Literally, at the start of the fight, I haste 2 items, and I poison. Literally the first 2 skills we got, by the way, and as I got them, I was like, this is insane. This is going to be really good late game for our start of speed combat. I didn't get the associated skills, but it still is, because the Heavy Apothecary sees those happen and gets 3 seconds of charge, which means after 0.5 seconds in the fight, I start infiniting the enemy. Oh my god. I'm just getting my thumbnail. Oh, because do I think I'm gonna win the fight? Oh, yeah, actually. Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. I sound cocky right now, but I am gonna win, so.
I will fight you, but only so that
They pretty much have to instantly kill me or perma-freeze me to have a chance. That looks like an infinite on their board, but it isn't. It's just a big Magnus's.
Fight me again. I must repeat the experiment.
No take backsies. I got you. With a perfect 10-0. They're gonna nerf smelling salt. They're gonna nerf incense at some point. The fact is that it goes from bronze to diamond tier, gaining an additional slow target every single time. It's got 6 seconds, and it gives you regen as well. There are skills like Hardly Working that can literally just make it loop as a single item. It is an insane haste giver alongside smelling salts. It can slow for huge periods of time with Amber on the field, or literally just visiting Curio and buying and selling Mateship Barricade or the Improvised Club. It's certainly above curve at the moment, I have to say. Please don't do anything about it, though. I love this item so much. Sure, it's doing so much in this specific run, courtesy of being shiny as well, but oh my god, this can do such work. I will also note, by the way, this, like, I'm not seeing a lot of Macs that are running library at the moment, but it is so powerful. Just carving 2 seconds cooldown off of your entire build, if you're running something that can spare the weapons, good lord. Also, I would not be surprised if Heavy Apothecary gets its enchant changed, because it's too easy to access with Smelling Salts and Heavy Apothecary and Infinite. So this is going to be... I wouldn't be surprised if this is like slow 1 item 3 seconds or something like that after a patch. Which makes me even more glad that we got to do it right here. Before that happens, possibly, inevitably, maybe, at some point. Hopefully not. At least not to incense my boy.
Alchemy is the pursuit of perfection. Today, for a moment, I have found it.
Have you not, buddy? Like, that was utter perfection. Couldn't be prouder. Oh, collect my smooth 6 chests. 2 additional experience. Oh, it looks like the day is rolled over as well. Cool, cool. I'm still 6 level. Oh, it looks like I complete that, but it doesn't count. Anyway, whatever. Looks like I'm still 6 levels away from getting the Vanessa expansion, but I do have the Dually expansion unlocked, which I need to play with sometime soon. I'll be on stream, I think 9 hours after this goes live. Unfortunately, daylight savings has screwed my schedule a little bit here, but I will be live on twitch.tv/RhapsodyPlays, playing this game 9 hours after this video comes live. So come hang out. It's a good time, and I'll probably explore a little bit of Dooley then and there. But for the moment, let me just say that my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been The Bazaar. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the tech tier, and a special thanks this episode to Dyla. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time. Or at the stream.